Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Juan Carlos Monsalve. Thank you for watching my videos. We are going to play a new shoe of Baccarat today, my favorite casino table game. Today is October 26, 2023, and the time of this recording is 10:51 a.m. You like my videos or find them interesting, please give them a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share them with others. If you want to support my channel, you can do that at buymeacoffee.com Juan Carlos Monsalve. You can find all the scorecards in my website, juancarlosmonsalve.com. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask me in the comments section. I would like to know where you are located. Please, in the comment section as well, type the name of the city, state, or province and the country where you live. Thank you and enjoy the game. In front of me, I have the spreadsheet that I use to collect all the data of the game, and then I analyze this data with others scorecards or other shoes to create the strategies. You can also do that. I provide this information just free of charge. You can access it through my videos and also through the scorecards that I have in my website. We have here player P equal 1 or blue, banker equal -1 or red, and tie equal or T equals 0 or yellow. I use numbers because I do math with this spreadsheet with these shoes. We have a total of players here, total of bankers, total of ties, and total of hands. The first card that we burn will be here. The name of the game is Baccarat. I will enter the information vertically here for player, banker, and it will populate the winner of that specific hand, or if it's a tie. And on the right side, the different scorecards that automatically will populate every two, every three, four, five, all the way to 11. So 10 scorecards there for you to be able to see them. I won't stop to look at the scorecards at the time that I'm playing. I will do that at the end. At the end of the show, we will go over those scorecards just to see if we identify any trends, any patterns. So first, same as in the casino, we burn one card plus the number that shows on that card. So here is the four of spades. So I enter here number four and the initial of the type of card that we are burning, four of spades. So we burn four cards plus the first one. So total of four. First hand, first card for player, banker, player, banker. I have a three player, four banker. I need the third card for player, and I have a three. And if we for four, if we get anything from 2 to 7, we get a third card. For the third card for banker is a 0, so it remains at 4. So six player for banker, next hand first card player, banker, player, banker, player 6 and stands, banker gets a third card, and the banker is a 9. So six player, nine, nine banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Player has 6 and stands, and banker gets a third card and it's a 0. So another 6 for player, 6 player, 1 banker. That was a player hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Now we have a natural 9 player and 4 banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. We have player 4 and banker 3. The third card for player is 0, so player remains at 4 and banker gets a third card and it's a 7. So 4 player and 0 banker. 3 plus 7, 0. So that was another player hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. We have player 4, banker 3. The third card for player is a 6. So it goes down to 0. Player and banker gets a third card, and the third card is a 2 for a total of 5. 0, 5. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. We have 0 players, 0 banker. The third card for player is a 9. The third card for banker is a 0. So player 9, banker 0. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. We have player 2, banker 5. The third card for player is a 0. So the player remains at 2 and banker. No more cards for banker. So it's 5 banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. This is a national 9 banker. Player 5, banker 9. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. That's another national 9 banker. And player 2. 2 player, national 9 banker. That's another banker hand. We see here we have 5 players, 5 bankers, total of 10 hands. Next one, first card player, banker, player, banker. We have a 0 player and 4 banker. The third card for player is a 6, and banker gets a third card since we have a 4 banker. We have a third card for banker, and the third card is a 0. So 6, 4. That was a player hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. We have 0 player, 1 banker. We have a player 1, so it goes to 1, and banker gets 0. So this one is 1, 1. 1 player, 1 banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Now we have a natural 8 player, 0 banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. We have another tie here, 7, 7. No cards for player, no cards for banker, 7, 7. Another tie. We have 7 players, 5 bankers, 2 ties for a total of 14 hands on this shoe. Second card for player, second card for banker. We have 4 player, 1 banker, third card for both of them. We have player goes to 1 and banker goes to 4. So 1 player, 4 banker. Next hand. First card player, banker, player, banker. We have a natural 9 player, 6 banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. We have 4 player, 5 banker. We need a third card for player, and it is a 0, so no more cards for banker. So 4 player, 5 banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. We have a 0 player, 2 banker. We need a third card for both of them. So this 0 plus 2, that is a 2 player, and banker gets a third card, and it's a 9, so it reduces to 1. So 2 player, 1 banker. Another player hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. We have 5 player for banker. The third card for player is a 0, so no more card for banker. So 5 player for banker. Another player hand for a total of 10 players, 7 bankers, 2 ties. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. We have a natural 8 player and 1 banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. We have 7 player and 4 bankers. 7 player stands at 7, and banker gets a third card, and the third card is a 3. So 4 plus plus 3 is 7. 7, 7, tie hand, third tie in issue. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. We have a natural 9 player and 2 banker. Another player hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Player third card is a 0, banker has a 2 and gets a third card, and the third card is a 7 for a total of 9. 0 player, 9 banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Now it's a natural 8 banker, so 0 player, natural 8 banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have a 4 and 4. Need a third card for player, and it's a 0. Because it's a 0, we don't get any more cards for banker. So 4 player for banker, another tie. Tie number 4. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. And now we have a natural 8 player and 7 banker. Another player hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Have a 3 player, 4 banker. Player, the third card is a 3. And for banker, anything, the third card, anything from 2 to 7 gets a third card. So the third card for banker is an 8. So it reduces banker to 2. So 6 player, 2 banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have a 7 player in a stance. Banker gets a third card. The third card is a 9. So 7 player and 9 banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. We have a natural 9 player and 2 banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Now the natural 9 is on the banker side, so 1 player, natural 9 banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have a 6 player in stance and 7 banker in stance, so it's a banker hand, 6, 7. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. We have 1 player, 5 banker. Third card for player is 3. So it is a 4 player and banker. 5 doesn't get any more cards. So 4 player, 5 banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have a 0 player and banker has 3. The card for player is a 0, so player remains at 0 and banker gets a third card and it's a 0, so 0, 3. So that was a banker hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Now we have a natural 9 player and 6 banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have a 7 player and banker 0. 7 player in the stance. Banker get the third card. The third card is another 0. So 7, 0. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have a 3 and 2. Player the third card is a 5. So goes to 8, player 8, and banker gets a third card, and third card is a 5 for a total of 7. 8, 7, player hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker, 7 player in the stance. Banker gets a third card, gets a 9 to reduce it to 1, so 7 player, 1 banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Now it's a natural 8 banker, so 5 player, natural 8 banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Player 1, and natural 9 banker, 1, 9. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Player has 1, banker has 0. Third card for player is a 0, so it remains at 1, and the third card for banker is an 8. So 1, 8, banker hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. We have a zero player, zero banker. The third card for player is a zero. Third card for banker is a five. So zero, five. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker, player zero. Third card is another zero. So zero, and banker has a five because we have a zero third card for player, no more cards for banker, so it remains at five. Another banker hand. Now we have 19 players, 19 bankers, and four ties for a total of 42 hands. Next hand, first card player, first card banker, second card player, banker. We have one player and zero banker. Third card for both of them. Player goes to seven, and banker goes to four. So seven player, four banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Player four, banker five. Third card for player is a zero. So no more card for banker. So four player, five banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. We have zero player, one banker, third card for both of them. Player goes remains zero, and banker goes to two. So zero player, two banker. Next hand, first card for player, banker, player, banker. Banker seven and stands, and player gets a third card. The third card is a zero, so three players and then banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Player has two and banker has six. We need a third card for player. The third card is a five for a total of seven player. And banker is a six. We only get a third card if we get a six or seven. We only have a five, so it remains at six. Seven player, and six banker. No more cards. That was a player hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. The player has three, banker has zero. Need a third card for both of them. Player three plus seven goes to zero, and banker has a zero, and the third card is a three. So zero three. Next hand, first card player, first card banker, second card player, second card banker. I have player 8, natural 8 player, and banker has a 4. No more card for either side. Player hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. We have 0 player, 3 banker. I need a third card for player, and it's a 6. So 0 plus 6 is 6 for player, and banker gets a third card, and the third card is a 0, so 6, 3. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have two player, banker 6. I need a third card for players, so I have 2 plus 8, 0 player, and because we got an 8, No more cards for banker, so banker stays at 6. That was a banker hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Now I have a natural 8 banker, so 3 player, natural 8 banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have a natural 8 player, and banker has a 3, so that was a player hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have a natural 9 player and 2 banker, so player natural 9 and 2 banker. That's another player hand. Again, we have 25 players, 25 bankers for dice for a total of 54 hands on this shoe. Um, Second card for player, second card for banker. We have a 3 and 3. The third card for player is a 3, so it goes to 6. 6 player, and banker gets a third card. The third card for banker is a 9, so it reduces this 3 to 2. So total is 6 player, 2 banker. Another player hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. 6 player in stands, banker 3 and gets a third card. The third card is a 3, so it's another tie. So 6 player and 6 banker. So another tie for a total of 5 ties on this shoe. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have a player 6 and it stands, well, we got a natural 8 banker, so no more card for either side. So that was a banker hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Both of them gets a third card. The third card is a 6, so it reduces to 1, and the third card for banker is a 0, so it remains at 1. So 1 1, another tie for on this shoe, 6 ties on this shoe. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have a 3 player and 8 natural 8 banker. So that was a banker hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Now we have a natural 9 player and 5 banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have player 7 and stands. Banker gets a third card, and the third card is an 8 for a total of 9. So 7 player, 9 banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have a natural 8 player, and banker has a 4. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have a natural 8 player and natural 9 banker. So a natural 8 player, natural 9 banker. This is a banker hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. We have a 5 player and gets a third card, and banker also gets a third card. This Okay, we are playing hand number 65. First card for player, banker, player, banker. We have a natural 8 player, banker 2. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have a 6 player, 8 banker, natural 8. Now we have 30 players, 30 bankers, and 6 dice. The total of 66 hands. First card player, banker, player, banker, and a natural 8 banker. So 7 player and natural 8 banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Banker 7 and stands. The player gets a third card, and the third card is a 0. For 0 player, 7 banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have 3 player and 3 banker. Third card for player is a 4 for a total of 7 player, and banker gets a third card, and the third card is a 5. So 7 player and 8 banker. That was a banker hand. Now banker went ahead 33-30 and 6 dice on this game, 69 hands so far. First card player, banker, player, banker. I have a 6 player, 5 banker, 6 player and stands, 5 banker gets a third card and it gets an 8. So it reduces from 5 to 3. So 6 player and 3 banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have a 7 player and stands. Banker has a 0 and gets a third card, and the third card is a 2. So 7 player, 2 banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Now we have a 2 player and natural 9 banker for the banker hand. Next, next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. We have a 7 player, 7 banker. This is another tie for total of 7 ties on this shoe. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Now we have a natural 8 player and 3 banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. We have 4 players, 7 banker. Banker stands with 7, and player gets a third card. It's a 9. It reduces to 3. So 3 players, 7 banker. That's another banker hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. 1 player, 2 banker, and the third card for both of them. The player goes to 4, and banker, the third card is a 1, so it goes to 3. So 4 player and 3 banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Now I have a 1 player and 9 banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Player has a 1 and and gets a third card. Banker stays at 7. So one player, 7 banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. That's a natural 9 player and 0 banker. Next hand, first card player, banker. I have the cut card. So we do this hand and one more. Second card player, second card banker, and this is a natural 8 player, natural 8 banker. So it is another tie for total of 8 ties on the shoe. And the last hand of this game, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have a 4 player and banker has a 3. The third card for player is a 7. So it reduces to 1 player, and banker has a 3, and the third card for banker is an 8. So 3 plus 8, that's 1, that is another tie. 3, 13 plus 8, 21, and 1. So 1, 1. Total of hands on this shoe, 81 hands, 35 players, 37 bankers, and 8 ties. Let me see here. This one is missing 1. Okay, now it shows all the hands, 81 hands. For the shoe, 35, 37, actually there are 9 ties on the shoe. So we go over the different scorecards. We have here the 11, 1 through 11. I see 4 players, 3 players here, 4 players, 1 player here, and 2 more, excuse me, 4 bankers, 1 player, 2 bankers. That give 4 players here, excuse me, 4 bankers here, 4 players here. The 1 through 10, I see 3 players here, 3 players here, bankers 3. On this one, every 9, I see 6 bankers, and here I see 6 bankers as well. Every 8, I see 4 bankers, 4 bankers, and here I see 6 players, 4 bankers. Every 7, I see here 3, 6, 9 bankers in a row, and on row number 3. We do it every 7. 5 players here. And on this side, I see 4 players here. I see 3, 6, 8 bankers here. 4 players, 4 players. Every 5, I see 4 bankers. I see 5 players here. 3 players, excuse me, 3 bankers, 4 bankers. Every 4, I see 4 bankers here. And every 3, I see 5 bankers here. And I see 6 bankers here. four bankers here. Every three, I see three players plus four more players here, separated by one banker. I see here five bankers. I see here three bankers and plus three more, total of six bankers. Every two, I see here every two, four bankers here. I see here three bankers, six bankers, three bankers. I see four players there, three bankers. All right, that's the end of the show. I hope you like the game. I hope you like the shoe, and I hope you like the uh, what I'm doing. Show you these games when you go to the casino and you see playing, and you don't spend time collecting data of the game from the beginning to the end. That's what I used to do when I wasn't playing. I used to go and collect data, standing in front of those tables and get the data from the screens. Um, I hope this information is useful for you. And if you like my videos, don't forget to like them. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. I need subscribers. I need to get to 1,000 subscribers. We have like 12. So I need 1,000. But I think that this information will be useful for all of us that like this game, so we can create our own strategies and we go to the casino and beat the casino. So please come back to my channel again, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, uh, ring the bell so you get notified every time that I post a video. I'm gonna post the video. I'm gonna try to post it at 4 o'clock Eastern time. So thank you, and I will see you on the next one. Goodbye.